Hello out there, all my fellow brothers and sisters and all. It's me, your buddy Donnie from Miami. Today, I will be reviewing, not really unboxing, this Barbie and Ken Wedding of the Year, wedding party fashions, rather. I, um, I must say, this is a set I fell in love with as a child. Not so much because of the theme of it being bridal, because it was good. It could have been a birthday, but it could have been anything. But is the fact that this artwork, my goodness, this artwork really sold the dolls and the fashions. I remember when I was little, my mom took me along with her best friend, my auntie Lucy, and her three children to Sears. And in Sears, the way it was set up, the clothing, appliances, and all the music, records, all of that were on the main floor. Okay. But the bikes and toys and dolls and stuff like that, they were in the basement. Okay. Now, of course, I knew that going to Sears meant that I could get a toy. Okay. And but I also knew that because the toys were kept in the basement, you know, not in the basement in boxes, but in the basement on display because the basement, was, adorned open to the public. So, anyways, I went with my mom and my aunt Lucy and her three children, Jorgito, Lucy Jr., and Lourdes. And of course, I wanted to go to the basement, but my mom was like, no, 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 no. I can't just let you run wild in the store. I'm gonna get my clothes first, and then I'll take you to the basement. And then I was like, well, mom, Jorgito, Lucy Jr., and Lourdes are going. Why can't I go with them? And it's like, no, because, if I lose you, your father will kill me. Even though my childhood was not very affluent in terms of money, allow me to get a little personal here. I must say, my parents gave me tons of love. Tons, tons, tons of love. Anyways, so I went with my mom and my aunt Lucy, to the women's department, because they were buying dresses for a party or something like that, and you know, I had to. I couldn't wait for my mom to finish buying her dress so that we can go down to the basement. And I my mom told me to put my little hand, well, it was little back then, on the door of her dressing room, or the fitting room rather, while she was changing and trying on the new outfits to make sure that I wasn't kidnapped or anything. You see, in the early 80s, I grew up in South America, in Peru. And Peru, we had Sears, just like the United States. And in the early 80s, there was a very big epidemic of children being kidnapped. Okay, so abductions were running rampant. So my mom wasn't about to take that chance with me. So, anyways, so after she finishes purchasing, she paid for her outfit, and then I like almost yanked her down to the basement, where I joined my cousins, because they weren't my blood cousin, but I called them cousins because they were the children of my mom's best friend, whom I call auntie. Anyways, and of course, I rushed over to quote unquote the girls section, where they had all the Barbies, and Cabbage Patch Kids and whatnot, and I met up with Lucy Jr. and Lourdes, and of course they had already picked out a few Barbies and whatever, and I wasn't allowed to have female dolls. I could only have male dolls, boy dolls, but still, it was quite a struggle, So, and these genuine Mattel fashions and dolls, well, they were not cheap, So my mom said, "You're gonna get another doll?" And then I go, "Yeah, mom, but I'm gonna get a boy doll because you said I could only have boys, not girl dolls." Okay, fine, So when I saw these outfits, I was like, "Oh," and I wanted the whole set, Barbie, Ken, Skipper, and whatever other Barbie or one of her girlfriends, for the bridesmaid, and I wanted this entire set, again, not so much because I wanted to get married or anything, but it's because, again, the fashion, I mean, the illustrations of the fashions, they really did it for me, you know, and so I picked, now because I couldn't have female dolls, I wasn't about to get, the girl fashions, so this tuxedo, this Ken's tuxedo was all I was allowed to grab, and of course, boy, did I grab it. I was so happy because I couldn't wait to get home, and dress my Ken, in his beautiful tuxedo, very elegant. And my cousin Jorgito, who had already gathered a bunch of Star Wars figurines and even the Star Wars helmet, which was really a carrying case that you opened in half and then you would put all the little Star Wars figurines. And I didn't really care for Star Wars toys. I wanted Barbies and Ken and their fashion. But so as I'm holding on to this Ken tuxedo, Jorgito, he didn't bully me, he didn't make fun of me, he was very polite because his mom raised him to be polite, but he just looked at me puzzled, like he couldn't wrap his mind around the fact that a boy would be in the girls section of the toy department, or be as excited as I was for having, a little doll fashion in my hands. But again, I have to credit, the artwork, because had I seen this tuxedo on a plain blister package, I might not have been as excited as I was for the artwork. It was really the artwork that sold me. So Jorgito looked at me, puzzled. Like, he didn't call me a fag or anything like that. No, he just looked at me, puzzled, like, you're a boy. Why are you holding on to this? But whatever. He just looked at me puzzled, and I looked at him right back, like, what, nigga, what? It's like, because as a child, children are innocent. And I honestly never saw anything salacious or wrong or sinful, about me having dolls. Anyways, so that's pretty much where my little story ends. Of course, this is a set, the complete set that I got, some years ago as an adult, But really, my story is about Ken's tuxedo. I'm just showing the four fashions because, again, just a little eye candy for you guys instead of my ugly face. Anyhow, just a little anecdote I wanted to share with you, my fellow brothers and doll and sisters and doll. Thank you so much for watching another one of my silly little videos, and happy dolling. Bye bye for now.